I'm Connor Northrup. I'm joined by UFC featherweight Daniel Pineda, who's coming off a second round TKO win over Herbert Burns at UFC 252 this past Saturday. What's up, Daniel? How you doing?
How's it going, brother?
Good, good, good. And second stint in the UFC over, win over a surging Herbert Burns. You got 20% of his purse, a bonus of your own. I mean, you gotta be feeling pretty good right now.
Oh yeah, it feels really good. It feels really good to get 20% of his purse and then get a bonus. We're good. We're doing real good.
Yeah. And obviously, no, I know you have the stitches over the eye, but I mean, besides that, I mean, could this, second stint in the UFC could have gotten off to a better start?
Nah, man, I think this it was perfect. Probably if I didn't get no cut, if there was no blood, I probably would have never got a bonus. So I think this 18 stitches are worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you were away from the octagon for 6 years. Number of other promotions you fought for. I mean, some of the Nobles, LFA, PFL, Bellator. But for you, I mean, did you always believe that eventually, you'd make it back here?
Yes, I had it. Yeah, I knew I was gonna make it back. It was rough making it back, but I knew I was gonna make it back.
Yeah. What was like some of the biggest, maybe the biggest takeaway from that time just being out?
What was it from? What was a good thing or?
Like just any kind of takeaway. Like what did you kind of maybe like learn about or anything like during that period?
Man, I put how to put everything together. Like my striking, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, how to put it all together, man. And that's what I feel since I got out of the UFC the first time. I started putting everything together now. Like striking to takedowns. I used to just go straight for a freaking takedown or overhand right to a takedown. That's all I had. Overhand to a takedown and then ground and pound. Now I'm actually standing up. I feel good. I got a good striking coach and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean it's good. I mean I feel good.
Yeah. I mean, and you talk about all that, like things you improved on, and I mean, and if you like, I feel like if you put this fight next to that, I mean, this is kind of a great display. I mean, did you feel like you got to show like a lot of different assets of your game in this fight?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I need to work a little bit on the head movement because I got popped with the right, right. But you know what, man, I'll give it to him, man. He was long, he had a reach than me. I wasn't expecting him to hit me from that far. I tried to move back, but he still caught me. So no, yeah. I mean, I feel like I put it, together, and just happy to be able to control somebody as high level as he is in the ground.
For sure. And that kind of goes into something I wanted to talk about too. I mean, I think the broadcast team kind of brought up a few times, but just how, obviously he's a very, notable jiu-jitsu guy, but for you, they say you were a little better like MMA jiu-jitsu. I mean, did you feel that in there? Did you feel like you kind of had that edge as far as just like maybe experience inside the cage and being in those ground situations, not just jiu-jitsu, but when you're mixing the punches, the elbows, everything like that?
Yeah, that's my game. My game is when I add punches. Like I'm good at jujitsu. I am. I can submit you from anywhere. But whenever I add my punches, that just opens up a lot more. And I feel like I can put that together. And him, he was trying to more like hold on to me, grab on, try to go for submissions. While I was freaking even from the bottom when he had me freaking in my back. When he had my back, I was still throwing punches, elbows. So yeah, it's just I guess the experience. I have a lot of experience. I have a shitload of fights. So
Yeah.
the experience.
Yeah. Being that he is like such a big ground guy too, was that something like were you like almost like looking forward to that, being like, oh, I kind of want to go to the ground with this guy just so I can show off like my skill so that I can hang with this guy? I mean, more than hang.
Yeah, no, I did want to roll with him. I wanted to feel his ground. I wanted to prove everybody wrong. I wanted to submit him. The whole thing was first round to stand up. But then whenever I caught that knee to the eye, I was like, okay, I can't see. Ground where I don't have to see. I could just, it just comes natural on the ground, You just go with it. You do it so much. So yeah, I took it to the ground. And he said it too. He said, man, he's like, I'm gonna catch him. He's gonna go back to his normal stuff, taking me down. And I did. I mean, damn, he called it, But I guess he thought he was gonna be a little better. And no, I ended up pulling it off.
Yeah. And I know you were saying too that you had about 2 weeks to prepare for this one. How did it kind of come about? When did you kind of hear that, maybe the second stint was going to get started?
Man, it was 2 weeks before the fight. My manager hit me up. He's like, hey, man, you want to fight Herbert And I'm like, yes. I didn't have to Google them. Like I said, man, I don't pick my fights. Like if you tell me to fight somebody, I'm gonna fight them. They can be better than me, or they can be ranked higher than me or lower. I don't know. I don't go out there and be looking at them. I just say yes to the fight, and that's what happened, man. He told me if I wanted to take the fight, I said yes, and I mean, I guess Herbert thought he was gonna beat me because he signed the contract right away.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a fight.
Were you like training a lot, like staying in shape, like before you got that call?
Nah. Got this whole Corona crap, man. You can't really train. We weren't even doing jiu-jitsu at our gym. We were just doing boxing and cardio kickboxing because, try to keep away from everybody grabbing on each other, swaying on each other. So we weren't even wrestling or doing jiu-jitsu at that time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, I wasn't really training, not that much. I mean.
Yeah. And just going off of that too, just the fact that it was only 2 weeks, and like you said, like you weren't in like the best of shape, like you weren't really preparing for a fight. For you, like, I mean, do you feel like this is like one of those things, like you keep talking about how many fights you had behind you, how much experience? I mean, in this kind of fight, I mean, did you really kind of have to almost like rely on that experience, rely on that kind of that fight IQ?
You know what, man? I thought, I'm more experienced. I'm gonna stay calm, but God bless, Herbert looked freaking calmer than me.
Yeah, he did.
Was walking out. He looked so calm. I'm like, what the hell? I was more freaking pumped up, freaking nervous. I'm like, this is just calm. I was like, all right, it's crazy to see him, how calm he was walking out. I don't know if it was because the nerves or, I mean, he's experienced too. I mean, he probably has a lot of amateur fights. He does a lot of jiu-jitsu. So, he has a lot of experience. He does a lot of jits, and that's in front of people,
Yeah. It seems like in a lot of his fights, it's kind of the mentality he has too. Because I remember just from the Dunham fight too, it kind of seemed like that. He's just very calm in almost every situation. But for you too, I mean, I know you had to cut. I think it was like 27 pounds in 2 weeks. Have you ever had to cut that much in a short amount of time like that?
That was a lot. No, I know the most I've cut was 29, but I had 5 weeks to cut that.
Oh, okay.
Just got out of a cruise. I was freaking 179, and I had to cut to actually fight for the Fury UFC title, the 145 title.
Okay.
So yeah, like 30. What was that? 30 pounds? 30 something pounds. I think that's how much I. It's freaking crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's what I get for being, Mexican, and I love Mexican food, man. That's my problem.
Well, was there any ever, cause even when you were looking at this thing 2 weeks from there, was there ever any concern that, hey, maybe I won't be able to make it in this amount of time?
Yeah, my manager kept on hitting me up. He's like, man, how's your weight? I'm like, man, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. He kept hitting me up if I was gonna make weight. I wish Herbert would have told me, hey, let's meet at 150. Because I wish he would have, told me he wasn't gonna make weight. But I'm pretty sure he didn't know he was not gonna make weight. But yeah, I wish we could have just done like a catchweight at 150. It would have been a lot better for me,
Yeah.
Those last 5 pounds, man, I'm telling you, those are going to freaking make you or break you right there. And it breaks a lot of people.
Yeah. Now, I didn't actually see the weigh-ins. Did he weigh in before or after you?
I weighed in, man. I was actually the second person weighing in. I freaking cut the weight the night before. I cut, what? I think it was 12 pounds.
Wow.
The night before weigh-ins. Yeah, man. I was
That's incredible.
I was one of the last guys cutting weight at the PI.
Wow.
I was the last guy to leave. The shuttle was waiting for me there. I was one of the guys to leave at the end, and yeah, but I made weight. I mean,
For sure.
You just got to do it, man. It's all heart. Heart's in the fight, cutting weight. That's the first fight is cutting weight, man. That's actually, I think that's probably harder than the fight.
Yeah.
Because then the fight, you're gonna get knocked out or submitted, or you're gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting weight, that shit don't take it from me, man.
Yeah. How surprised were you? Because, I mean, at that point, you must have felt pretty relieved that you had made the weight, you had done what you need to do. And then to hear that he didn't, I mean, were you pretty surprised by that?
Man, I'm not going to say I was surprised because he was the last guy to show up to the weigh-ins, and my manager called me literally. There was I think 10 minutes left when where the period where they cut it off and he can't wait no more. And he's like, hey, he's not gonna make weight. He's off by like 3.5 pounds. I'm like, man, why didn't you tell me this last night?
Yeah.
Last night or this morning, like, cause I think I woke up and I needed to cut half a pound. I think I was half a pound off in the morning. So I went and I cut it, and I freaking, I think I cut a little bit extra, but I wish I mean, just that half pound, it killed me,
Yeah. It would be nice to know ahead of time.
Oh, and screw that money, screw the 20%. Let me know I can have 5 more pounds. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. You rather have the extra pounds than the extra cash?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yes.
Yeah.
Cutting weight is my weakness.
Yeah.
I mean, ask any fighter. Yeah, I like cutting weight. Hell no.
Yeah.
Cutting weight sucks.
Yeah. No, I know it's bad too. Like, I mean, I had wrestled. I know it's not on the scale of that, but for you too, though, like, are you like you said you hate weight cutting, but I think you said in the post-fight press conference you never miss weight.
I've never missed weight, and if I ever been close on missing weight, the other guy missed weight, and they told me before I told them.
There you go.
I still haven't missed weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Herbert was waiting for. He's like, I'm gonna wait for them to say he's not gonna make the weight, and then he found out you made it.
Yeah, no. Oh wait, man. Yeah, I was like I said, I made it the night before.
Yeah. But also too, I mean, I saw that on Instagram. I think you said it in the post-fight. I don't know if it was a press conference, but in the post-fight interview that you had your first child. I mean, congratulations on that.
Yeah, Olivia. She's right here. She's with my mama right now. My mom's sick over there. I'm supposed to be babysitting, bro. But my mom helped me out with his interviews.
All right, I appreciate that. And what has that been like too? I mean, just I know I've talked to a lot of different fighters about kind of having their first child and how that kind of changes everything. Like, what has this experience been like too? From just the quarantine, having a kid, and then back in the UFC.
Man, it's been crazy. Like me and my wife, we couldn't have a just a normal child. Like we had to do IVF. Mm-hmm. So little baby Olivia cost us 30-something thousand. So that's what I think the PFL for, man. They helped me out with that. I made the money, and I used all that money to be able to do the IVF. I think that's what it's called, IVF, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a wild ride, but we had the little baby, and I can't be any happy. I'm happy, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. Congratulations.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I love being a father. I didn't want no kids for the longest. But now that I have her, I kind of want another one.
Well, what changed? I mean, if you don't mind me asking.
Man, just, I told my wife we'll have kids once I retire, and I was going to retire before the PFL. I was already retiring, so we were already planning to have kids. And PFL called, and, we were in motion already to have a kid. I promised her 2019 we will have one. And yeah, I mean, no, man. I mean, it's just, what changes just, man, I look forward coming home every day. I go to the gym. I train harder because I know I got my daughter. Mm-hmm. I know money, to keep her. If anything ever happens to me, she'll have something, you know. So yeah, man, just it motivates me a lot to like work harder, train harder, fights.
That's awesome.
Like do interviews. I'm ask anybody, man. I don't do interviews, man. I'm not good at them, I guess, and I just, I don't know. It's just the baby changed everything.
Yeah.
I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, for sure. I disagree with that. I think you're doing great in the interview. But as we continue here, for you too, I know you just kind of mentioned retirement. I mean, for you, like, do you have kind of a timetable of when you like to fight? 3 years, 4 years? I mean, is there a time that you're kind of looking at, or you just kind of one fight at a time right now?
Man, one fight at a time. I've said it. I'm giving it one more run. I'm gonna give it one more run in the UFC. If anything happens with the UFC that I'm not with them no more, I'm done. Mm-hmm. And it sucks to say it because I'm saying I'm gonna stay fighting until I freaking lose. You know what I'm saying? And I still haven't lost, and I don't plan on losing. But a lot of people want to leave on top. Like Daniel Cormier said it himself. He wanted to leave on top, and he didn't get to leave. He still left one of the best freaking heavyweights. Like one of a champion.
For sure.
A legend. Everybody's gonna remember him, even though he lost his last fight. Everybody's always gonna remember him, and that's what I want. I want for myself. I want when somebody says my name or tells my daughter my name, hey, your daddy could freaking throw down. He was always in a fight.
That's awesome. And then one last thing before I let you go too. I mean, I think something you were asked is at the post fight, but now that you're a couple days, removed from it, any plans on like when? Obviously you got to let the eye heal up, but any plans on when you'd like to get back? Anyone in particular?
Man, I don't know who. Just somebody that can help me climb, or somebody that makes me more money. Give me somebody that's gonna, get my money more up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to be in the main card again. I don't like being in this undercards. They suck. It sucks. Undercard, man. You're one of the first, second fights. Nobody's there. You want to be in the main card.
For sure.
That's one thing. Give me a fight. I don't care if it's a hard fight, as long as it's in the main card.
Yeah. Yeah, what a first spot back too. Not only were we on the main card, but main card of that historic trilogy fight. Like you said, like Daniel, even though he didn't win there, either guy, win or lose on that fight, they were gonna go down as one of the best to do it. So that's pretty crazy. The opportunity like that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was excited when they told me that was gonna be a main card, and then I guess it was getting a lot of it's because of him. He has a lot of hype behind him, So it wasn't because of me. It was because of him. But now we talk a little about me.
There you go. Absolutely.
Here.
Yeah. And then also too, like when you talk about that next fight, would you like to go back to Vegas, or does Fight Island kind of intrigue you at all?
Vegas.
There you go.
Love it in Vegas, man. I don't want to say I don't want to go to a fight. I just don't like flying for no freaking 20 hours and then fight in the morning. Give me here in Vegas, man. Close to home. 3 hours away and a flight, I'm good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to wait to Vegas, man. I want to wait till they come back. So hopefully in December or before then, whenever they're in Vegas.
Yeah. If Fight Island was actually like in a tropical place with like Bahamas and stuff, would that change your mind or not?
If it was closer to home, yes.
There you go.
Can't see myself leaving my baby for freaking 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Girl by herself, like just me leaving Vegas, it was almost a week,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just want to be somewhere close by.
All right. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for the time. Anything you want to say? The floor is yours before I let you go.
Man, I want to thank everybody that believed in me. I want to thank God. Always making everything happen. All my corners. Joseph, Frank, Domingo, all the coaches out there at 4 Ounce Fight Club, my sponsors. Royal Avenue Tattoo. We're about to my back up.
All right.
Cuco's. Best Mexican restaurant out there. Thanks, brother. Thanks for having me.
All right, great. And Dan, I don't care what you say. I thought the interview went great. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.